Officials are reacting with shock and in many cases horror to revelations in the Atlantic that top members of Donald Trump's cabinet sent detailed operational plans and other likely highly classified information about US military strikes on Yemen to a group thread on a messaging app to which a reporter had accidentally been added. According to the Atlantic, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz earlier this month convened a text conversation with top US officials, including the US Vice President JD Vance, the US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio to discuss strikes on Huthi terrorists in Yemen who had been threatening international shipping in the Red Sea. Now, Mr. Waltz apparently accidentally added the Atlantic editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, to this chain. The Trump administration has acknowledged the messages sent over the non-government encrypted chat app Signal seem to be authentic, but without offering any further explanation. But just listen in to what the US president had to say on the leaked military strikes plans over text messages.
Your reaction to the story in the Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
Well, this is causing quite the stir in Washington. Vishal Vivek has been tracking all the finer developments. He's with us live at the moment. Vishal, we're given to understand that US officials are reacting with shock and in many cases horror as well after these revelations?
That is correct. So the Democrats have reacted to it sharply, and some of them have said that this is just complete amateurism from the Trump administration. A lot of critics are arguing that the fact that many businessmen were given this top posts of top envoys, and some Fox News host was given the post of Defense Secretary. So these people are not equipped to handle these sensitive information, and the fact that they used a Signal app to handle this information, that also is questionable, because a lot of these chat apps, they delete the chats, and for national archives, these chats are needed. These are national security matters. So a lot of questions are being raised over why some of the top officials in the world, in the US, some of the most powerful men in the world used an app to have this conversation and inadvertently added the journalist to the chat. And thankfully, the journalist did not share the information globally, and he was a well-read journalist, and he did not give out the information, sensitive information. But questions are being raised as to what if there was some unscrupulous individual added to the chat, and he would have, unleaked secrets of the US administration that could have created ruckus all over the world. So these questions are being raised as we speak. This is a big controversy of the Trump administration, probably the biggest ever since Trump stepped in for the second time inside the White House. He has so far distanced himself from this controversy, but White House, on the other hand, as you mentioned, has said that these are some credible allegations. So it will have to be looked at with more close eye.
As always, Vishal, thanks so much for joining us with the lowdown. Absolutely unbelievable details coming in, emerging from the White House and Trump's top cabinet members.